Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for June 26. We're looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair closed down during today's session, had a pretty strong tail on it, broke through previous areas of support, pulled back to close above them though. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 80.14, possibly as low as 78.88. Look for some resistance around 79.75 and look for some support around 78.95. Now the Euro-USD pair closed lower, broke through previous areas of support, came right down to a little bit further previous areas of support and pulled back. Look for it to potentially go as high and hit some resistance up around 125.29, possibly moving down and hitting support around 124.25. Now the pound US dollar pair, it surged to the upside during today's session. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 157.26, possibly as low as 155.05. Look for some resistance to the upside around 15700 and look for some support around 155.35. Now the US Swiss surged to the upside, pulled back, closed lower, closed up overall, but closed lower than it had pushed. Look for it to potentially go as high and hit some resistance around the 0.9650 mark, and look for some support down around 0.9540. Okay, now as far as news analysis go, we've been pretty light over the past couple of sessions as far as significant news announcements. We are looking for the euro to be affected by the German Consumer Price Index being released for June at 8 a.m. Eastern. I know that's a little late for that news announcement, but nonetheless, that's the time given. Previous was 1.9%. They're showing a forecast of 1.8%, so definitely keep an eye on that. A lower consumer price index is not necessarily a bad thing. It actually can be a good thing for the currency, so keep an eye on it. Then at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have the U.S. durable goods orders for May being released for the U.S., and that consensus is showing previous was 0.0%, and they're showing an increase up to 0.5%. So it could be good news for the U.S. dollar. Now a little bit later in the day, around 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the German June unemployment data being released by the Federal Labor Agency for May. No consensus given, no forecast given. Previous was 0.7%. Any improvement in unemployment is typically seen as good news, so keep that in mind. All right, what am I looking at during this next session? Well, if you take a look at the U.S. Swiss over the past couple of sessions, we had a strong surge to the upside, pulled back. We had another strong or another move over the past two sessions up. We've had somewhat of a trend line develop off of the lows of the past couple of sessions. Here, here, and here. We had a strong push to the upside, broke through the previous session's high, ran right into previous areas of resistance, and then pulled back to close below it. So I do anticipate this pair moving up as it is now currently, and then heading to the downside. Looking to grab a quick little scalp off of that, about a 30 pipper or so, just looking to grab to the downside. So what that would look like from a pip standpoint, looking to short, probably want to stay away from that 0.0 level, the 96.02. So bring it down. Probably want to look to go short around the 0.9598 mark, and then look to come down about 30 pips, which is right around the 0.9567 mark. So almost in line with this low. This low is about 36 pips. The previous session's low is about 14. If you're want to be real cautious, you would go to break even right at this low, and then go ahead and exit the trade at this low, or you could just trail it on down, go to break even. Basically, when you hit this point, go to break even, and then when you get to this point, move into profit, locking in about 15. Then as you come down even further, you could basically lock in some profit all along the way as this heads to the downside. Well, I hope that helps. And until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.